All right, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So, today I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview about why I do what I do, and that's kind of the theme throughout this presentation. I really went down into the why, more so instead of the how. You guys don't need to know exactly how we insulate. I think it's more important to know why. So, I am going to start off with a little bit about me, and I'm going to go into the top 3 reasons why anybody would want to insulate their house. I'm going to try not to stand in everybody's way. I know this presentation isn't the best setup here. And then I'm going to give you an overview of some specific referrals that you can look out for me. So first off, a little bit about me. I originally was going to give you a list of my accolades and share my resume with you, but I decided instead to just share this. Might be a little cheesy, but this is a vision board that I created about 2 years ago. And I put a lot of time and mental energy into this, and I think it does a really good job of summarizing a lot of my core values and some things that I really want to achieve in my life. My vision is to create 50-unit affordable apartment complexes that are net positive energy to integrated edible landscapes and fully self-sustainable. Ideally, these will offer free education on financial intelligence and credit repair, and then goal setting and personal development, really tailoring towards the lower income minority group. And I think that there's so much that could be had by this, and it's not that hard to achieve. I think that this will help facilitate deeper and more meaningful connections between people and community, as well as with the environment and with nature, something that we've lost for sure over the last few decades. Personally, I want to live a fully eco-conscious but self-sustainable, off-the-grid kind of a lifestyle, but still have all the modern technologies that society offers. And that's how I want to raise my family. Be fully eco-conscious and just be aware of the biodiversity that's so important to our planet and how all the living things interact and how important that really is in order to perpetuate and continue forward in our current society. Love it. And then insulation has a lot to do with that, actually. So building science, I've nerded out on the building science side of things. I'm an engineer by trade, and so I've taken a lot of what I learned and trying to apply it to building science and insulation. I love the idea of making houses more efficient while also helping people save money and make the earth a greener place. So the 3 reasons why anybody would want to insulate their houses: cost, comfort, and climate. Cost, to me, is the easy one. MassSave in Massachusetts has done a lot of good studies on the average cost of heating fuel for the average Massachusetts household. For natural gas, it's about $1,000. Oil, a little bit more. Propane, even more so. The air source heat pumps, the new electric mini splits. A little, not quite as good as natural gas as far as cost, but still really good and emerging technology, which is awesome. And then, of course, is the electric resistance heat, which is awful. It's $4,500, which is, the old school electric baseboards and space heaters. Now, I was skimming through my old data, and I took 1,000 of the last jobs that I've done and taken the data from the blower door test. So every job that we do before we insulate, we put a big fan in the door and we put a pressure probe outside and inside, and we run the fan, and that helps give us a quantifiable number of the air leakage through the building. So then we air seal, we insulate, and we run it again, and that gives us a ratio of how much we reduce the air infiltration through that building. And that can be directly correlated to the amount that you're going to save in heating fuel in the winter. It's 22.5%. So right off the bat, we leave that day, and your bill should be 22.5% less averaged out over the course of the year. So we dig a little bit deeper. With the MassSave incentives, it's 75% off for insulation single families, 90% off for multifamilies, and both of which offer 100% discount on air sealing. Again, I took the last 1,000 jobs that I've done. The average total cost is about $2,200. The average out-of-pocket cost to the customer after all the incentives is $250. So for heating oil, for example, you're going to save about $370 for the year. You only paid $250. It's 150% ROI. Like, if you don't give a damn about the comfort or the climate, then this alone just makes financial sense. Get your houses insulated. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And then, of course, it just perpetuates from there. And if that's not enough, you still get all the free goodies that MassSave offers, like free LED light bulbs, the efficient thermostats, low-flow shower heads, and even the sink aerators, the power strips. There's just so many other free benefits that are included with that. And you're paying for it anyway. Everybody who has National Grid or Eversource, you're still getting charged that energy efficiency surcharge with funds the program. So the money's there. It just makes sense to take advantage of it. The next one, usually the biggest trigger why somebody says it's not an incredibly high heating bill, it's the comfort. It's a cold draft. I've been getting those a lot lately. What we can do is weather strip doors and put door sweeps on so that seals that up so you don't get drafts there. Unfortunately, get a lot of calls about windows. There's really nothing we can do about windows. It's one of those things that you got to call Mr. Burbank on and just get them replaced if they're old and crappy. MassSave does offer 100% financing, 0% financing for window replacements if they're single pane old school windows, and some other heating equipment incentives. Cold floors. I see a lot of uninsulated crawl spaces. That's a big thing that we can go in, seal up, and prevent your floors from being cold. Noise reduction is something a lot of people don't necessarily think about, but insulation is a great way to reduce the amount of air that transfers, the amount of sound that translates into the home. Pest control is another thing. A lot of people think that the mice love the bedding in cellulose because it's nice, fluffy, soft insulation, but they actually impregnate it with a certain chemical that prevents it from burning as well as deters pests. So it really helps prevent the animals from moving around. And then humidity. It's really important to make sure we track the ventilation, make sure there's proper ventilation, and there's no excessive moisture buildup anywhere we don't want it. That's comfort. And that's why I came up with the slogan, proud to say, a comfortable home is the ultimate source of happiness. So nice, right? It's a nice slogan. I'm pretty proud of that. But it's true, and I think it's something that we're really grateful for, and we're proud to be able to give somebody a comfortable home, because it's so true that if somebody is home and it's cold, it sucks. And so being able to help people be more comfortable in their own home is gratifying. And then, of course, there's the big controversial topic of climate. Now, I'm not going to make it political, but the fact is, what it boils down to is we have the ability to drastically reduce the amount of energy that we burn and reduce the amount of waste that we create by insulating our homes in a very cost-effective, mutually beneficial way. So why wouldn't we do that? I think that there's something to be said for the insulation contractors who climb up in that attic at 7 a.m. every day, and it's 130 degrees in there, and they're sweating from every pore, and they're covered in dust, and it's a tiny little nasty crawl space, and they're in it, and it's a miserable job. It's a miserable, labor-intensive job. And when I was in the attic, you get into this meditative state, and you just be proud, knowing, I am single-handedly doing more than almost any other trade to reduce the carbon footprint of this house, to help this customer save money, and to make the world a greener place. And it's so true. So those are the three big reasons: cost, comfort, and climate. All three combined, again, no matter what. It's just a great idea to get your houses insulated. And now what I'm going to push into is there's actually a video that MassSave put out for multifamily properties that's really good. And I'm going to share that with you. And my ask is going to be for multifamily properties. Just as I said earlier, it's 90% off for for landlords to get these buildings insulated. And I think that it's the easiest way to make the most impact in the shortest amount of time in the same footprint. If you have a 50-unit building or a 3-unit building, being able to insulate that whole building, get 90% off, it's dirt cheap, you save all those people X amount of money on their bills every month. And again, I like focusing on the lower income, the minority side, where they are disadvantaged in a lot of ways, and this is just a really simple way to help reduce their bills and increase their comfort and lifestyle. So hopefully this works, but I'm going to share this with you, and I think I'll probably end right on this.
Own or manage a residential facility in Massachusetts with 5 or more units, you may be eligible for a no-cost energy assessment from MassSave. It's a great first step in reducing your operating costs, enhancing your property's value, and being part of a more energy-efficient future. Studies show that every $1 invested in energy efficiency can add as much as $10 to your building's value. MassSave will show you the best opportunities for saving energy and how you can take advantage of
All right. That's it. Thanks a lot. That's what I'm looking for. Multifamily properties. Thank you.